number 15 is Matt Frankel with Aurora Acquisition Corp, the SPAC that is really better.
So I threw this one into the mix, as opposed to some of the bigger mortgage lenders, because Better is the Aurora Acquisition Corp. First of all, is acquiring Better Mortgage. They're taking Better public, and I chose this instead of some of the bigger mortgage players because they're the more disruptive one, in my opinion. So Better Mortgage, they're aiming to bring a kind of tech focus to the mortgage lending industry that really improves the process. There are a lot of consumer pain points in the mortgage industry, and it's not just the time to close, which Better has improved upon. They closed their average loan in 21 days as opposed to the 42-day industry average. They also allow people to check their rates in 3 seconds, literally. You can get an approval in 3 minutes. You can lock your rate within 15 minutes of going to the site. That's pretty impressive in my lifetime, I've gotten probably a total of almost 10 mortgages. I would say that in my lifetime, out of those 10 mortgages, they all took longer than 15 minutes to lock my rate. I can tell you that much, other than Better.
Just to lock the rate.
Right, just to lock the rate. And the numbers have been impressive. You'll notice a ton of mortgage issuers have gone public lately. And it's easy to see why. Rates have been low. Everybody's refinancing. I'm pretty sure we all have. Jason actually refinanced with Better, just like I did.
Better. Yeah.
Better's loan volume was up 490% year over year in 2020.
That sounds so made up.
Well, you have to take it with a big grain of salt, because when they're pretty much giving mortgages away, when mortgage rates are like 2 and 3%, everybody is refinancing.
I refinanced twice, so there you go.
Right. And not only that, but Better specializes in refinancing. So of course their numbers are going to look fantastic. Take them with a grain of salt. But it's really the disruptive nature of their business. And just from a business standpoint, their labor cost is more than 50% lower than the industry average because of how tech focused they are. The average loan processor on their staff closes more than double the loans of the average mortgage processor. So a lot of efficiencies in this business. Because it's a SPAC IPO that has not been completed, we don't have a ton of real numbers yet, which is, I think, why most of us ranked it so low. There's just a whole lot we don't know. I don't want to speak for the other guys, but I have a feeling that had something to do with it. And just to kind of reiterate what Anand was saying at the beginning, our rankings were all over the place for these so much that none of us ranked this less than 12, but in the aggregate, it was our lowest ranking stock. So we didn't agree too much on a lot of these, but we all had this either 11th or 12th. So there's that. Either of you have anything to add with Better?
I think
Right.
I dinged just in general. Some of it's possibly my ignorance, but with all the different mortgage providers, Rocket is one that we didn't rank today, but has gone public, and certainly is trying to make mortgages easier as well. With all of them, I have a hard time wrapping my head around putting everything in context with the refi boom and just how good a period of time it is.
Yeah, just to give you some context, Better did $24 billion of loan volume last year after that 490% growth. To put that in perspective, Rocket did $107 billion last quarter.
Right. Right. I'll say this again. My anecdotal experience was, it was so slick and so, I don't want to say effortless, but it was by far the easiest, simplest mortgage refinance experience I've ever had. And anecdotally, I know that probably did affect my score, but I can also say that the financials look very, very good. And I rated them higher than the rest of us. I only rated them as 11th. And the reason I did was because this is still a cyclical industry, right? So at some point, there's going to be a turn in the cycle for a period of time. And it'll be interesting to see, are they going to outgrow the next turn in the cycle? And how's it going to affect their business? And that's probably the biggest reason I didn't rank them higher, is track record.